Hello, this is True once again. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. First of all, how are you doing? Because life ain't as bad as you may think. It is bad, but you have your little circle that you can go inside and be happy. Now today, the state of Texas versus Jordan Potts. Of course, this will be the arrest report. So we're gonna see what they say or what they think exactly happened. That's gonna be this part one, I call it. Part two is gonna be going into those apartments and to Jordan Potts' address where Shawteria was going, and we're gonna go everywhere she went inside those apartments, and we're gonna go everywhere he went inside the apartments, and I will find a way to do that. And we're gonna read this arrest report, police report, whatever you want to call it. This, y'all can go back and read this, but 8950 Chimney Rock Road, yep, that's where it happened. Jordan Potts, I can get rid of that one. And then we'll just pull this up and we'll begin reading. Oh my God. Why? All right. Says that he has good reason to believe that Jordan Potts, on or about July 25th, 2021, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly caused the death of Shawteria Waits. Hereinafter called the complainant. I'm going to call her Shawteria in this whole report. It further presented that in Harris County, Texas, Jordan Potts, on or about July 25th, did then and there unlawfully intend to cause serious bodily injury to Shawteria Waits, and did cause the death of Shawteria by intentionally and knowingly committing an act clearly dangerous to human life. Boom. Now this is the probable cause. For all who may not know, probable cause just doesn't mean you did it. That means you did too much paranoid things. Like we seen you over here doing this, doing that. That's enough. And that's all it takes to arrest you. Doesn't make you guilty. So let's go. I, your affiant, L.G. Lane, am a certified peace officer in the state of Texas, employed with the HPD. I swear that I have reason to believe, and I do believe, that Jordan Potts, a black male, committed the felony offense of murder, and he did it in Harris County, Texas, and he did it on or about July 25th, 2021. You know why? My belief is based upon the following facts: that on August the 13th, 2021, me and my partner and Sergeant B.A. Roberts were assigned this investigation into the disappearance of Shawteria Waits, and to assist Detective Staggerwald, who was assigned to the Missing Persons Unit. I learned that this investigation was being documented in an HPD incident report, and the original report was taken by Officer H.B. Roberts. So we got a Sergeant B.A. Roberts, and we got an Officer H.B. Roberts. Memo. On July 27, 2021, when Blackout Kemp, Blackout first name, Kemp. So on July 27th, somebody's first name whom they don't want us to know, last name is Kemp, K-E-M-P, reported her friend, now that we know, Mrs. Waits, missing. So Mrs. Kemp is Shawteria's friend, and she reported her missing on July 27th. Simple, right? Let's go. I learned from the report that Miss Kemp dropped Shawteria off at the Village of Maryland Apartments located at 8950 Chimney Rock Road in Houston. And she dropped her off at 8 o'clock p.m. And what day she dropped her off at 8 o'clock was on July 25th. Now, Miss Kemp, Shawteria's friend, was asked by Shawteria to remain in the parking lot, and she'll be right back. Shawteria wait here, right here, girl. I'll be back. She said Shawteria got out of her vehicle with her cell phone and she walked off into the apartment complex. She said she waited for over an hour and then tried to call Shawteria, but the phone call went straight to voicemail and was not accepting messages. She told Officer Robert she was worried for her safety. Okay, an hour. Okay, we're going for now. All right, and then after that, somebody informed Detective Stockwell that she was complainant's cousin, Mrs. Taylor. Hold up, Mrs. Taylor, I must have missed something. Let me see, hold on for a minute. Nah, yeah, I did. I missed the slip. I'll tell y'all what that. Mrs. Taylor, so on July 29th, after Mrs. Kemp, Shawteria's friend, the one that dropped her off, made her missing person report 2 days after she dropped Shawteria off. Somebody else on 2 days after she did that, her name is Mrs. Taylor. And she, I ain't say nothing about Siri. Damn. And she also, on July 29th, talked to the detective. And she said she was complaining, she was Shawteria's cousin, Mrs. Taylor. And she said Shawteria was there, my cousin was there to meet a John because she was working as an escort. Okay, so how you know that? Were you there? I mean, like, I don't understand, but we're gonna keep going. So just to make it a point, July 27th, Mrs. Kemp, the one that dropped Shawteria off and left, she made a missing person report. On July 29th, Shawteria's cousin, we now know, Mrs. Taylor, she said she was there to meet a John. So everybody know what Shawteria was there for. But what about this cousin? Okay. Detective Stackerwall again spoke with Miss Kemp on August the 3rd. And during this conversation, Miss Kemp told Detective Stackerwall that Shawteria had spent too much money at Walgreens on July 25th and wanted to find a John and bust a play so that she could make some money for the night. Too much money at Walgreens and wanted to find a John and bust a play. So this, what can you buy at Walgreens to go broke though? But okay, well she had to recoup that. Okay, while Miss Kemp was driving, complaining to 8950 Chimney Rock Road, complainant was on FaceTime with an unknown black male who she was planning to meet. Miss Kemp said she did not recognize the male who Shawteria was talking to on the phone. Okay, they on their way, but she spent too much money at Walgreens. Shawteria rest us up. And this friend right here, guess she's just gonna take her where she gotta go. Then on August the 13th, I met with Detective Jay Horse, who was assigned to HPD Vice Division and has training and experience in human trafficking. Wow. Human trafficking, Vice Division. Okay, let's go. Y'all following me? Okay. Vice investigations. Detective Horse used a website that scrapes illicit prostitution advertisements for a match. Detective Horse was able to locate multiple advertisements made by, we're gonna call them profiles, made by Shawteria on multiple websites. The most recent profile was posted on the site called Bed Page, and that happened on July 22nd. 3 days before she disappeared. Based on his research, I noted that Shawteria had made over 180 profile postings between the dates of May 19th and July 22nd on multiple different sites. However, no known posts have been made since July 22nd. No known posts. So what was Shawteria doing between July 22nd? That's important because July 25th, she went over here. So we know she was over here, so she hadn't met. Okay, so she was still alive. But that was 3 days, and I don't know what she was doing, but it's not an everyday thing, detective. So what, right? On August 13, 2021, I learned from Detective Stackerwall that the Village of Maryland apartment complex located, we know their address, 8950 Chimney Rock Road. They get their security footage, their security companies with stealth monitoring. So I contacted somebody over there and I requested video surveillance from 8950 Chimney Rock Road, specifically near building blackout. Why would they black out this building? Because I needed surveillance for 8950 Chimney Rock Road, specifically near building boom blackout. Why? I want to know what building that is. Why can't I know what building it is? And why is it blacked out? For July 25th, 2021, between 7 and 9. So I got this. He got a specific place, and I don't know. He probably got it from the friend that dropped her off, and we'll find that out. But he only wanted for between 7 and 9. That makes sense since they was there at 8. You need to go back and then you go after. Cool, you're doing a great job so far, but why you black that out for me? Bro, I want to know what building. I observed that this particular camera is positioned in such a way that it captures vehicular and pedestrian traffic in the apartment complex. Oh, so this particular camera, you know where you know what building, and you know it's a camera, and you got one camera that's on your radar. I'm gonna go find it too. So this particular, the cars and the people. Okay. I began to review the footage and observe the following from the day 7/25, 2021, July 25th, 2021. It's finna go down. Approximately 7:52, Shawteria arrives with her friend, the reportee, and exits her friend's black Kia sedan. Wearing a pink dress and holding her cell phone, Shawteria briefly walks out of the camera view, but appears to be looking down at her cell phone as she is walking. Approximately 7:43, which doesn't make some sense because it begins 7:52 p.m. Miss Waits. 7:52 p.m. Miss Waits arrives with her friend and gets out the car. Got a pink dress on. She got a cell phone. She was looking down at it while she was walking. Then they gonna go back in time at 7:43. Miss Waits comes back in the camera view. Now you done messed up your whole time frame. You can't go back in time from 7:52 to 7:43, and then because you ain't looking at it in the right order. You know what I mean? Oh my God. I see why. Well, let's assume that it's 7:63, maybe. You know, which is whatever. Waits, Shawteria comes back into camera view and appears to have her cell phone up to her left ear, and is walking north through the parking lot. Shawteria then walks east toward a covered parking area and apartment units and goes out of camera view. Okay, so we're going back in time. Okay, y'all memo that, because this is how you gotta have an eye for detail. Then they jump back to a 7:55. 7:52, we're gonna go back in time, 7:43, then we're gonna jump back up to 7:55. You can't even trust this police. I mean, man, I'll beat this on preliminary hearing alone. Approximately 7:55, Miss Waits comes back into the parking lot and appears to be holding her phone in her left hand. Why they so worried about the phone? Yeah, she got a cell phone. Shawteria comes back into the parking lot and appears to be holding her phone in her left hand. She begins walking north through the parking lot, walking parallel to the vehicles parked on the east side of the parking lot. She continues walking parallel to the vehicle until she makes an east turn and goes under the carport. This is the last known video image of Shawteria on 7/25/2021 at 8950 Chimney Rock Road. Approximately 8:30. So she gets there at 7:55. Approximately 8:30, a silver sedan comes into camera view, driving south through the parking lot. The vehicle stops and backs up into a parking spot near where Shawteria was last seen on camera. So, a silver sedan comes into camera view, driving south through the parking lot. The vehicle stops and backs up into a parking spot where Mrs. Waite's Shawteria was last seen on camera. Approximately 8:37, the same silver sedan that had backed in, pulls out and turns east through the parking lot and goes out of camera view. Approximately 9:05 p.m., the same silver sedan returns to the apartment complex and parks in its assigned parking spot on the north side of building blackout. They don't want us to know this building, but this is something stands out to right here. She continues walking parallel to the vehicle until she makes an east turn and goes under the carport. That means she's going in an apartment, I guess, because it has to be. This is the last known video image of Mrs. Waite on 7/25. Now 8:30, she did that at 7:55, went in an apartment, and 8:30, here come a car. Could have been in a car, but if she went in and they didn't see nobody come out, what's the significance of this car? Well, they came, the vehicle stops and backs up into a parking spot. Okay, a lot of people stay there, I assume, but they backed into a parking spot near where Shawteria was last seen on camera. Okay, a lot of people stay there. Then at 7 minutes later, the same silver sedan that backed in, pulls out and turns east through the parking lot and goes out of camera view. Then at 9:05, it came back, returns to the apartment complex and parks in its assigned parking spot on the north side of the building. Now, doesn't that ring bells? And parks in its assigned parking spot. Why y'all making this silver sedan look like it's a mystery car when you say right here it's assigned parking spot? Now, if that parking spot is assigned, that would mean it's assigned to somebody. So if you knew this, who is that somebody, and why is this building blacked out? Why is the what building is it? Yeah, memo to yourself. Let's go. So this is something like right. Then on August 13, 2021, when I returned to the HPD headquarters, and he wanted to get some phone records. Okay, he did a query, and now he wanted to get a post. Anybody call 911 on this day for help? She said he found one, and someone called 911, and they did that on July 25th at 8:30. 8:30. Shawteria already in there, and whoever made that phone call, his name is Mr. Rainwater. Rainwater. Mr. Rainwater. Mr. Rainwater. Rainwater can't be the same Rainwater that call police every time. Nah, it can't be that Rainwater. Nah, but that's crazy though. Mr. Rainwater. I don't even want to say that because that is like Boosie, 03. I ain't call police every time somebody get shot though. Mr. Rainwater reported a disturbance, 8950 Chimney Rock Road. The details of the 911 call goes like this. Mr. Rainwater says a female is screaming at the location and trying to get out of the door. Male neighbor, Jordan, unknown race, building blackout. They whited the building out this time. What the hell's going on with this building? And then look at this. They ain't want the address. It's blacked out too. Why is they trying to hide the damn address? This is crazy. The building and the actual unit. So that's another memo. I mean, that's another, document that, true. Knocked on the door and no one, so Mr. Rainwater knocked on the door trying to see what's going on, but nobody answered. How you gonna knock on the door and you said she trying to get out of the door? So you seen what was going on? Yeah, you on my list, Rainwater. Mr. Rainwater then called back to 911. So he called again at 8:49 and stated the following. What is this blackout right here? I don't know. They blacking out. I mean, they whiting out. This supposed to report. This is doctored and yeah, I see right through this. Male suspect was seen driving a silver sedan, license plate number, right? And this was on. So this is okay. He called 911. He see her trying to get out the door and screaming. I guess they must have shut the door. And then he called 911 again, and he knocked on the door and no one answered. That's crazy. Then Officer T.W. Simpson and Officer K. Acevedo are dispatched to the department and arrived at 8950 Chimney Rock Road. Unit number blocked out again. Wow. At 9:31 and 9:48. So they came, two different cars came. One came in at 9:31 and the other one got there at 9:48. Okay, how long did that take? Because the second 911 call from Mr. Rainwater was at 8:49. And this is a police report. And so, I mean, this is a 911 call. So, he must have took down the license. What the hell? He took down the license plate, Mr. Rainwater? Yeah, because this is a 911 call. Okay, well, shit, that don't sound right. And 8:49, so from that call, it took them however long. 9:31, first officer, 9:48. And then I reviewed the body cameras. The body cams from Officer Simpson, and Officer Acevedo, whatever. Both officers spoke to Mr. Rainwater and the occupant of the apartment. Blackout again, white out again. Man, I don't even think this Mr. Rainwater is the right name, because if they're doing all this, I just need to say who would anybody find out next door neighbor. I ain't doing a good job at whatever this is supposed to be. All right. They spoke to Mr. Rainwater and they spoke to the occupant of this blacked out, white out apartment. The male was identified as Jordan Potts. During the interaction with the officers, both Mr. Rainwater and Mr. Potts downplayed the encounter. So Mr. Rainwater called the police, and then when they get there, he downplayed it. He called 2 times. So when they get there, he was like, I accidentally tripped and fell on my finger, hit 9, and my bottom lip hit 1, and my right eye. Man, you call 911 2 times, and then when they get there, y'all bed free, ain't nothing happened. Well, the girl that was that don't sound right. That's a big red flag right there. Downplayed the encounter as loud video games playing. So before the officers, they had too much time since 8:49. What happened between 8:49 and 9:31, which is when the first police officer arrived? They talked about it. Okay. Jordan, you must have suppressed Mr. Rainwater. He on my list. He downplayed the encounter as a loud video game playing. So you went from it wasn't no loud video game when you seen her trying to get out the door. So stop playing game, Mr. Rainwater. How you gonna see? It's a loud video game. How did Jordan? Y'all either in on it, like this don't sound right. You seen her? What happened to her? The one that was just trying to get out the door doing the scream. Is she a video game character that jumped out the game? Dummy? Because I ain't dumb. So y'all ain't dumb neither. Y'all better take heed. I told y'all, don't believe everything you see or read or hear. While watching I observed a female who I believe to be Miss Kemp. What? So you watching this officer body cam footage, right? Detective. And when you was watching all this, you seen the friend, and this is at 9:48, and she said she waited an hour though. How is she there? She said, I waited an hour, but I feel for my life. Well, she got there at 8, and if you waited an hour and she never came, and you left, well, this is 9:31 and 9:48, almost 10. That's not an hour, Miss Kemp. And so while he was watching the footage, the body cam footage from the officer, here come Mrs. Kemp, walk in front of the officers and yell, Shawteria! What? She gone. She was gone like 48 minutes ago. So how she? No. I observed a female who I believe to be Mrs. Kemp walk in front of the officers and yell Shawteria, and she gone, but she back. She briefly speaks to officers and tells them she is looking for her friend. Okay. The officer cleared the event information, and no other police actions was taken. This has got to be by far the most important. Not all this blackout and whiteout and going back in time with these playing with these times. This appears to be license plate numbers, Mr. Rainwater, called 911 2 times, got 40-something minutes before the first officer get there, seen a female trying to get out the door. Before they get there, he talking to Jordan Pye. Then when they get there, my bad. I thought it was something, but it was a live video game. He always play video games. What happened to the girl you seen out the door? Then, friend, Miss Kemp, she supposed to be gone. She ain't supposed to be there. She an hour from 8 to 9 is an hour. You gone. That's what he said he's saying. Well, he didn't say. Now, when the police get there down there 10, here she comes just peering out the blue. Shawteria! Yeah. But, so these two officers, Simpson and Acevedo, y'all got all of this information. No, y'all don't. Yes, y'all do. No, y'all don't. But no other police action was taken. So, true. This is the detective with this up here. So these officers arrived on the scene. No, they arrived on the scene because of this 911 call. So back on y'all as I go. I thought, okay, y'all pulling up for this. And so so y'all got that information. And y'all get there. And so this her friend is there too when she supposed to be gone. And y'all got this. There's a girl hanging out the door. He called 911. He called 911 again. By the time y'all get there, this is what y'all responding to. Y'all gotta go check the apartment. So how did it go from, and y'all, no other, so y'all clear, ain't no girl hanging out the door over here. It was a live video game. Don't nobody panic. It's okay. We ain't gonna write this up, partner. Let's just go ahead. Everything good? Y'all good? Okay. Yeah, turn the video game down, sir. Man, that's I hope the family, man. I mean, you have to go you have to go investigate a 911 call from the 911 call from Mr. Rainwater. She's screaming and trying to get out of the door. How did you not go up? How did you not check this apartment? Suspect. Very, very suspect. And no other police action was taken. Y'all maybe could have saved her life. Maybe. You damn sure have to not pat yourself on the back, because if you check, then you must be in on it. Because where all this other time come by, pay attention. That explains all this whiteout, blackout. And then on August 13th, Sergeant Robinson now contacted, so they calling him. So this detective calling Mr. Rainwater. He called him to get a statement from him. You don't want no statement from him. Mr. Rainwater said that he normally hears noise. They ain't got this story together now. He normally hears noises coming from the apartment, blackout again, which is directly below his apartment. Thank you. Because so when I go inside this apartment, now, since y'all want to black out and be smart, and black out the building, the unit, all stuff that don't make no sense, go back in time, come back, which is directly below. So Mr. Rainwater stays on the top floor, and Jordan stays on the bottom. So we're looking for a bottom unit. So they done hid the building. Okay. He said typically that Jordan Potts is in the apartment playing video game and talking with other players on the headset. Did you typically call 911? Probably not, because ain't no video game. And how can you see on the top floor? Oh. So she coming out the door. If you above him, how do you see trying to get out the door when you on the top floor? You leaned over the rail. But on July 25th, this was a completely different sound and nothing he had ever heard before. Okay, so now, after the detective called him, he said, well, he always play video game, and he be loud, playing the little. But on this day, when Shawteria was over there, it was a different sound, and nothing he had ever heard before. But let's go back to when the officers got on the scene, bruh. Y'all was cool, you ain't hear nothing. Nope, ain't no time, no, what the hell's going on? Don't worry about it, I got time. Mr. Rainwater said after he finished making the 911 call, he again came downstairs and observed that Jordan had moved his silver sedan and backed it into a parking spot close to unit blackout, which Mr. Rainwater estimated to be 10-15 feet away from the front door of the apartment blackout. Mr. Rainwater, why do they not want us to know this unit in this apartment? Mr. Rainwater stated that at this time he observed the trunk of the silver sedan to be open. Mr. Rainwater stated that the parking spot that the vehicle was backed into was his assigned parking spot. I knew that. I knew it. He said he had never seen Jordan park in his parking spot previously. Mr. Rainwater said that Jordan returned to his vehicle, silver sedan. Mr. Rainwater said that Jordan returned to his vehicle and drove out of the complex for a few minutes and then returned and remained in his apartment. Unit police arrived. Okay. Backed into, okay, so gotta go back. And then August the 14th, I learned from Detective Stackerwald that he spoke with the management at the Village of Maryland Apartments and confirmed that Jordan Potts was the leaseholder of unit blackout. Unit blackout. All through this report, they so trying to protect. They put Mr. Rainwater head out, name out there, and all that. But they want what's up with this apartment at 8950 and was listed as the only occupant of the apartment. What's in that apartment? Because I heard some things about an apartment that was empty, and Yeah, I'll tell you about that. On August 16th, Sergeant Roberts and I went to Nob Hill Apartments. Damn, Nob Hill Apartments, located at 5410. Oh, let me write that. Hold on, let me write that down. 5410, Nob Hill. It's first time hearing about some more apartments. Bracewood. Okay. Upon arrival at Nob Hill, so why was the, hold up. He spoke with management over here at Village of Maryland Apartments, and that's where she was at. And what the management told him that led them over here. 2 days later, he on Nob Hill Apartments, located at 5410. Must have did a check on Jordan. Bracewood. Upon arrival at Nob Hill, we spoke to the property manager, Morphin. Miss Morphin told us that 5400 Braze Valley Drive, number 51, they ain't had no problem with blocking this out, was previously leased by KH. That first name start with a K. They got the blackout, H. KH, until March 24th, 2021. When the occupants of 5400 Braze Valley Drive moved out, they provided 2 forwarding addresses. So they made two people stand there, one of which is noted as Jordan Potts forwarding address 8950 Chimney Rock. Okay, so he moved out of here, and now he over there. Okay, I got that. I'm going, okay. On August 17, 2021, I was conducting additional research on Jordan Potts and used the gang tracker system. I have used this system on numerous occasions, and I know that it's a credible and reliable source of information. Using gang tracker, I queried Jordan Potts and located an incident report, which was written by Officer S. Howes on June 21st, 2020, not 21. I began to review the report and found that MC reported that she was a prostitute and was working on Bissonnet Street when she was approached by a male driving a silver car. Okay, let me get that. Let me make sure I got that. Bissonnet Street. She was a prostitute, got this new apartment, and a silver car. Okay, I'm gonna do that for you. And this guy right here, we'll get to, I guess I assume he's the one that the officer talked to, but I was just looking at his picture. But who identified himself as Jonathan. She was working as a prostitute when a silver car pulled up, and somebody identified himself as Jonathan. She said Jonathan asked her to come back to his apartment and order her an Uber. He asked her to come back to his apartment and order her an Uber to transfer her from Bissonnet Street to his apartment, located at 5400 Brazeley Drive, number 51. He driving, but he ordered her an Uber, okay? Said that upon arrival at Jonathan's apartment, he ordered her to be quiet because his grandmother was in the apartment. She said that she and Jonathan went to his bedroom and he grabbed her by the, I'll read that, because y'all know why. Read this. He grabbed her and boom, on the bed. Jonathan pulled from under the sheets, and y'all reading. Y'all know why I ain't reading that. Y'all got it? Y'all right here? Keep going. I just keep reading. All right, now pick it back up. Y'all should be right here. She said that before she left Jonathan's apartment, He made her delete everything out of her cell phone, but kept her. I got that right there. And she described Jonathan as a light-skinned black male who drove a silver car. While reviewing the incident report, I learned that HPD officer Fredrickson conducted research on the address of 5400 Brazeley Drive, number 51, and noted that a male by the name of Jordan Potts with Oregon driver's license. They want to hide the department, unit, and building, but they want to put his driver license number out there. Now, what's associated with this apartment on Braves Valley Drive? Additionally, Officer Fredrickson found that Jordan Potts was also associated with a gray Hyundai Sonata, Barron, Texas license plate. They want to give out that. Okay, so that's MHTO. Okay, I'm gonna go back and see. Okay, all right, so that's that. And let's go right here. Members of the Houston Police Department. Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna be out of order. Okay. Okay. I think, let me see, I'm picking this up right here. It must be for a reason because I had them in order. Okay, so this is, okay, so now he's officially a suspect. And SWAT. Oh, no, here you go. Execute. So I did a search warrant on 8950 Chimney Rock Road. Apartment was processed by the Houston Forensic Science Center. During the search, Sergeant Roberts located an Apple iPhone located on the couch in the living room of unit blackout again. I should have known it. I'm going to find that blackout and some more. Sergeant Roberts used his department issued cell phone to call defendant known cell phone number. Sergeant Roberts then observed the cell phone on the living room couch ringing. So he called. Okay. Prior to leaving the apartment, I spoke to defendant who requested to get a phone number from his Apple iPhone. Anybody can make sense of that? He say SWAT went over there to execute a search warrant, and Jordan was supposed to be there, but I guess he wasn't. During the search, Sergeant Roberts located an Apple iPhone located on the couch. Oh, okay, so maybe he was there and he just handcuffed or something. Let me see. On the couch, in the living room of unit, Sergeant Roberts used his cell phone, department issued cell phone, to call that phone number. So I'm assuming Jordan was there. I'm gonna find out. Sergeant Roberts then observed the cell phone on the living room couch ringing. Prior to leaving the apartment, I spoke to so they got him. Okay, he was there. Now, let me see. Who requested to get a phone number from his Apple, so he had to be there if he wanted. Give me a number for y'all to take me to jail. While Sergeant Roberts was holding the iPhone, defendant provided him with the passcode. And we were successfully able to open the phone so that he could retrieve the phone number. During this investigation, Sergeant Robertson and I requested HPD officers with vice and narcotics to conduct surveillance. Oh, so this is a search warrant. So they had him. So he was there, but they couldn't arrest him. So what the search warrant? Why you ain't? What the hell? So they had him right there. I don't think they gave him a number out of the phone, and then they ain't see nothing out of. Oh no, sir. So he was there. Y'all had him in y'all hand, and the only thing I did was leave and give him a number. What? Okay. During this investigation, you want device and narcotics to do some surveillance on his Hyundai. You want to do surveillance on the car, not him. Okay. Those officers told Sergeant Roberts and I that for the days Jordan was under surveillance, they observed Jordan operating the vehicle to and from the apartment. They also told us that he is the sole occupant of the vehicle. and often takes it to get food or to go to work. Sergeant Robertson obtained a search warrant for Jordan's motor vehicle that was assigned on August the 19th. Y'all just got all the time in the world on him. See how he gone. Sergeant Robertson and I then executed the warrant and seized the vehicle. So y'all took his car. First y'all had him, then y'all left, then y'all wait some more days, then y'all go get his car. Oh man, if he's still there, I mean he already went back to work after y'all left. He's like, man, this is unacceptable. During the processing of Jordan vehicle, my partner and I, you don't need no partner, and I observed a shovel. Oh, really? A shovel and a gas can in the trunk of the car. Additionally, Slovak pointed out to Sergeant Roberts and I that she used the Blue Star Regent. I know what that is. That's that illuminating. If any blood in the house, just turn the lights off after we spray. It's gonna light up. But it be chemicals too, so you can't be 100% certain though. Bleach will make it light up. You know that, but they don't want to say that. And a gas can in the trunk of the car. In the trunk of the car. Could have asked them, can we search it? We could have did all this in one. All you need is consent. Additionally, Slovak pointed out to Sergeant Roberts and I that she used the Blue Star Regent, a chemical compound that lights up when it comes in contact with blood. And we observed the trunk carpet light up, indicating it was positive for blood. That's not going to indicate that it was positive for blood unless it's because it could be chemicals, and I know that for sure, so that's not accurate. Upon lifting the carpet from the trunk, we also observed what appeared to be blood. Why didn't you say that back then? On the bottom of the trunk, along with some blood on the lip of the trunk. These findings are consistent with a bloody body being placed into the trunk and coming into contact with the lip of the trunk and then laying on the floor of the trunk for a period of time. Well, Mr. Rainwater said he left for a few minutes and came back and never left the apartment again that night on July 25th. So she was found in, let me see how far that is. I spoke with Officer Harris, who was assigned to the HPD Command Center. He said, Jordan, I ain't say nothing about Siri, man. I'm gonna call Alexa's ass next time. Advised me that Jordan is currently employed by IKEA. That man, he resumed his normal life. And he went over there and met with the store manager. Mr. Robbie confirmed with me that Jordan is currently employed with IKEA and works the night shift. I learned from Mr. Raby that Jordan was scheduled to work July 26th from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. So this is the day after the detective said he got the surveillance, and a friend said July 25th. We dropped her off, never seen her. Next day, Jordan supposed to go to work at 2 a.m. However, Mr. Raby learned from surveillance video and time cards at IKEA that Jordan clocked into work at 2:13 a.m. and then left work at 2:28. So he was there for a whole 15 minutes. He was there for 15 minutes. He supposed to get off at 10. He got off and he supposed to work 8 hours. He worked 15 minutes. Mr. Raby learned that Jordan was sent home because he had injuries to his right eye and was unable to perform his job safely. Well, so we reviewed the surveillance footage from IKEA on July 26th, which showed that Jordan got hit in the right eye or something happened to his right eye. We also reviewed the surveillance footage from July 25th, which showed no injury. Hold up. Y'all say y'all reviewed the footage from July 25th. So y'all seen Jordan and the silver car on July 25th? No injury to. How did he stand out? What? Okay, that's Bing Bing. That's another one. I ain't hear no mention of that. No wonder y'all be blacking out this building, because y'all seen something that y'all could have did. Okay, I see what's going on now. But you just slipped up right there. Yeah. So he shouldn't stand out if y'all ain't no mention of this, but I see why y'all blacked out that building number and all that. I got you. I follow you now. On August 23rd, I drafted a search warrant for Jordan phone records. I presented this probable cause to Harris County Judge Anastasio, who signed the warrant. I sent a signed copy of the search warrant to Detective Starks, who then served the warrant to the cell phone provider, Sprint. On August 26th, when I received the records, I sent the cell phone records from Sprint to FBI. Now here come the FBI. Shaw, who began his own analysis on the records. On August 27, 2021, Sergeant Roberts and I met with Shaw and Special Agent K. Merritt to review Shaw's findings. During his analysis, he found that Jordan's phone was consistently traveling west on the Katy Freeway from 3:09 a.m. to 3:38 a.m. However, between approximately 3:38 a.m. and 3:40 a.m., Jordan's phone was stopped at an approximately the 38410 block of Katy Freeway, Brookshire, Waller County, Texas. And that is where they found Shawteria weights. 2 minutes. Drop her, get back on the road. So that means this is August the 26th. Nah, August 27th. Let's see. So he found a concentrate. Let's see the records. So they met with him on August 27th. He found defendant constantly. They ain't saying what day, because but at 3:09 a.m., 3:40. So she was, oh man. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So she was there. So was she? See, this is not a clear. I see y'all met with him on August 27th. You say on August 27th, 2021, Sergeant Roberts and I met with Shaw. Okay, so y'all met with him on August 27th. Okay, so what date is this? To review Shaw's findings. During his analysis, he found that Jordan's phone was consistently traveling. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so when he left work the next day, yeah, because he was scheduled to work July 26th, and his supervisor said he clocked in at 2:13 on July 26th. The next day after Shawteria was dropped off at 8 o'clock. And this is 2:13, he left at 2:28 a.m. And this is July 26th. And they watched the videotape. So if y'all watched the surveillance from July 25th, what else did, okay, we'll get to that. Okay, 2:28 a.m., he left work, he worked for 15 minutes, so now he got sent home because he had a black eye or something. And then on August 27th, a month later, you finally get to the FBI office, and now y'all got his call records, and now y'all can trace his movement. And Shaw's findings said that on July 26th, his phone was traveling west. He was traveling west from 3:09 a.m. So the Katy Freeway, 3:09 a.m. to 3:38. However, between 3:38 and 3:40, he stopped, got out, did what he did, and he did that at 38410 block of Katy Freeway, Brookshire, Waller County, Texas. So that tells us that from 8, when she stepped out that car at 8 o'clock on July 25th and was looking for this apartment, she found it, and it was who was inside that changed the fate of Shawteria Waits. And from 8 o'clock July 25th until 3:40 a.m. on July 26 a.m., she has been in his hands, in his possession, and we don't know what she endured for all those many hours. And from this report alone, while they're hiding the building number, it seems to me as if somebody is trying to cover their lack of, they could have prevented it, is what it seems like to me. And that is sad within itself. It took all my breath, as y'all can tell, which also inspires me to go back. I mean, you know, you can't have the loss of life, and we can't have no cover up, and can't have no going back. So let me keep reading with the last little drain energy I got, because I was just zapped out of me thinking about it and saying it. On the afternoon of August 27th, 2021, Shaw, Merritt, Roberts, and myself departed HPD headquarters to investigate the location where Jordan stopped. Shaw and Merritt arrived at the location before us. The FBI got there before y'all. So, yeah. At 12:59 p.m., I received a phone call from Merritt indicating they had found human remains along the westbound service road in the exact place that the phone record said the car had stopped. Hence, that's why y'all went to go see. Great job, FBI. Not so good job, HPD. And I see why the press conference was held, because y'all didn't care from the police, from the missing person report. And that's sad. Sergeant Roberts and I arrived shortly after, and we all secured the scene. The FBI evidence response team arrived on the scene, processed it, doing the recovery of human remains. Special Agent J. Poteet recovered several distinguishable artificial fingernails near the remains, specifically one pink artificial fingernail with rhinestones affixed, one white gold fingernail, and one pink white fingernail with gold flakes. Additionally, I observed that some of the remains were covered by a pink piece of clothing that appeared to be the same style and coloring as Shawteria was last seen wearing on video surveillance on July 25th, 8 o'clock, 2021. Also recovered near the remains was a black artificial hairpiece, which was also consistent with the type of hair Shawteria was last seen with on video surveillance. Wow. Waller County Precinct 4 Justice of the Peace Judge T. Kranick arrived at the scene. What? Texas, right? JT arrived at the scene in Brookshire to conduct his inquest and ordered an autopsy to be performed. Smith Funeral Home arrived to the scene and transported the remains to the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences. And on August 27, 2021, I reviewed a laboratory report from Fatima Torres Perez, a forensic analyst with the Houston Forensic Science Center, regarding evidentiary swabs that were collected from from Jordan's vehicle. I learned that swabs taken from the passenger side of the trunk carpet and passenger side of the trunk spare tire well were analyzed, and the presence of human blood was detected. last piece, y'all, on August 28, 2021, I spoke to Miss Kemp again via phone and asked her to describe the type and coloring. This is Shawteria's friend, Miss Kemp. So she got a phone call on August 28th, a month and 3 days later, from Shawteria's last night. Wow. So let's put ourselves over on her friends. That dropped her off, and let's jump into her and just take all of our compassion or whatever and jump over into Mrs. Kemp's side. And we are receiving a phone call after a nerve-wracking month and 3 days. And here it comes, the phone call. Miss Kemp, I'm calling you because we may have located and found your friend Shawteria. But in order to make sure, I need to ask you this. Can you describe the type and coloring of the artificial fingernails Shawteria had on before her disappearance? On the night that you dropped her off, what color fingernails did she have? Well, how was they painted? Friend, Miss Kemp, she said she had a photograph. See, I got a photograph of it. She had this and this color, but I got a picture because we took, and there it was. Same exact fingernails she had on the night. The picture was taken on the 24th, but she didn't take the picture, still had the fingernail. And so she sent it to him, and there it is. And that's when the bolo go out for Jordan Potts, y'all. And that's all I need to read, because that is all there is. And even if it was something else, I got a clear-cut, draining vision of sloppiness, just all the way around. Just not good. And see, that what doesn't matter about what she was doing for money. It's a hard knock life. You can't judge people like that when it comes down to human life. Nothing is worth murder except the person that does that. Nothing is worse than that. Nobody's perfect, and that's how we was made, imperfect. But to have a job and a duty, you can raise your right hand, and tell a lie. You won't raise your left hand to tell the truth, because you're used to raising your right hand to lie. And that goes all the way to the judicial system. My name's True. I'll be back with y'all in part 2. Part 2, we're going inside, and we're gonna find blotted out building starting at 89 Fifth.